Okay, is it visible for your side? Okay. So this is our subject name, database engineering, and the course code assigned for the same one is 5CS224. Weekly 3 lectures are there. Okay, and for that purpose, you are having a book that is Course 1 named as Database System Concept. This you have to use. Okay, another 3 reference books are given: Raghuram Krishnan, then Ramesh Joshi, then Bipin Desai. Okay, these 3 books are used for reference work. After that, we are having assessment as ISC first will be of 10 marks, MSc will be of 30 marks, ISC second will be of 10 marks, and ESC will be of 50 marks. Okay, so in this way we will have our assessment. So for this database engineering syllabus, we are having 6 modules. First module is about introduction and database modeling using ER model. In this one, this module is divided into 2 parts, introductory part and ER model. After that, we are having introduction part related to database systems. What is database system? What are the advantages? What are the applications of database system? Then how this database system works and how it is going to be composed in architecture. Then database user and administrator. After that, data models, database management system. What are the database languages? How we can view our database. Then database models. After that, ER model, then entity set, entity types, attributes, notations, relationship sets, relationship types, then keys, super key. These are the types of keys. Then what are the extended features of ER model? ER model is nothing but the entity relationship model. Okay. So in this way, we are having our first module separated. After that, the second module is about relational model and SQL. Okay, relational model is a type of our data model, and SQL is nothing but the language which is used to manipulate our database. And SQL is nothing but the structure query language. Okay, so relational model, how that relational model is having structure, then how we are going to reduce our ER model into relational model. What is entity relational model we will see in this model, and how it is going to be related with our relational model. So here we can see that ER model is little bit bigger one. That's why we need to reduce the ER model into relational schema. Okay. After that, schema instant distinction, then referential integrity, foreign keys, then relational algebra, then tuple relational calculus, then domain relational calculus, and we will see the examples related to it. Okay, so these are nothing but the relational algebra and uh, calculus are nothing but the theoretical representation of any query that is going to be fired on our database. Okay, so actual part starts here. Actual technical part of this database engineering starts from this one. So introduction to SQL. What is SQL? What is the benefit of this SQL? And how we are going to implement those SQL commands on our database is going to be defined here. Okay. Then database definition statement with constraints. So we are applying some constraint, and those constraints are used with insert, update, delete, set operation, aggregate functions, group by. These are the clauses having clause. Okay, so these functions are aggregate functions are a different one, and in this aggregate function, group by and having are nothing but the clauses which are used to fulfill these aggregate functions. Then nested query. Nested is nothing but the one part which is included in another part. Okay, so in the same way, we are having one query which is situated inside another query. Then what is view? Okay, don't get confused with views and this view. Okay, this is nothing but the design of database, and this is nothing but the part of database. Okay, so these two parts are different. Then complex queries and joins. Okay, so third module is relational database design. In this one we are having whole database structure is designed by following these rules. That's why this is called as a relational database design, and why it is important, why it is needed to be get implemented on our database is told in this module. Okay, so how we are motivating with our database for normal forms. Then atomic domain. Okay, so this is nothing but the study of these normal forms is nothing but the normalization. Okay, or there is a one more definition we can say that normalization is the process of removing the redundancy from our database. Okay, so this is all about the normal form. This whole module is depending on normalization process, and so this normalization process is divided into some parts, or which is having few forms, and those forms are nothing but 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF, 4NF, 5NF. Okay, and there is one more part, 6NF is also available there, but that is not in your study part. After that, the fourth module is data storage and indexing. Okay, so right now here is the sequence. We have seen what is database, how it is going to be represented in diagrammatic format. There is another one diagrammatic format, and how we are going to represent that diagrammatical structure in theoretical format, in mathematical format. Here we have seen. Then how we are going to manipulate those database, that or how we are going to perform operations on that database is studied on this part. After that, whatever the data or whatever the database is represented is following some kind of rules and regulations. So those rules and regulations are done with the help of these part. Now, actual part is now the next part of this syllabus is data storage and indexing. So what we are going to store in this with these three modules, data. Okay, so those the data is going to be stored in file organization way. So there are the records which are used for store in file. There are some formats of storing those files: data dictionary, database buffer. Then indexing is the concept of that storing data in file system. Then what is the concept of that indexing? How we are going to apply that indices? Then we are having forms of that b plus tree indexing. Okay, now the next part is the hashing one. We are going to communicate with two or more data by using this hashing concept. Okay, so it is going to provide one kind of security also, and that is called as hash indices, that those we are using in this one. After that, there is another part of that hashing is dynamic hashing. Then we are using multiple key access, then bitmap indices. This is all about storage and how we are going to find out those stored data using indices. Okay, so this is all about our next module. After that, we are having fifth module, which is called as transaction processing and concurrency control. Okay, यहाँ तक हमने देखा कि हमारा डेटाबेस क्या है, कैसे दिखता है, उसको हमने डायग्राम में कैसे डाला है, और उस डायग्राम को हमने कैसे मैथमेटिकल फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट किया है. उस डेटाबेस पे हम क्या करने वाले हैं, ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करने वाले हैं जो यहाँ पे दिखाई देते हैं. डेटाबेस में होने वाले पूरा जो डेटा है वो एक फॉर्मेट में स्टोर किया रहता है, एंड दैट फॉर्मेट इज फॉलोइंग दिस प्रोसेस. जो हमने डेटा स्टोर किया है वो कहाँ पे स्टोर किया है, कैसे स्टोर किया है, कौन से वे में स्टोर किया है, दैट विल डिफाइन इन दिस मॉड्यूल। और हमें अगर कोई डेटा चाहिए होगा तो हम वो इंडेक्सिंग के थ्रू, हैशिंग के थ्रू और P+ट्री इंडेक्सिंग के थ्रू कैसे हासिल कर सकते हैं, ये इस मॉड्यूल में डिफाइन किया है। Now the next module is transaction processing and concurrency control. Just a minute, let me drink some water. Okay, so now we are having one by one transaction. Operations we are performing on database. So each operation is having parts and those parts are called as a transaction. How that transaction is going to be performed on database is explained here. Okay, so what is the concept of transaction? It follows some properties that is called as ACID properties. ACID is nothing but atomicity, concurrency, interoperability, durability. Then transaction states, then storage structure, what is the implementation of atomicity, isolation, then durability, then serializability, how we are going to find out the testing of that serializability. Okay, then concurrency control. When we are having particular transaction is following some concurrency, then how we have to remove that concurrency, or how we are going to tackle that concurrency is defined here with the help of protocols, that is log based protocol. Then timestamp is allowed here, then timestamp based protocols are allowed here. So what is log based, timestamp based, validation based protocols? Then multiple granularities is concept is here also. And another one more most important is deadlock handling. Okay, suppose what is deadlock? Deadlock handling is nothing but suppose two or three processes are going via single door and they are reaching at the same time. So which process will get executed first? So it will be little bit difficult. So at that time it will create some kind of deadlock. Okay, so this deadlock handling is also or this kind of deadlock is also occurring at the time of execution of transaction, and that is handled here. So okay, so all the transaction related concepts are included in this module. And the last module is database security and recovery system. Okay. So what is database security? What is recovery system? Now we know that we are having a computer for storage of our database. So it will require some kind of security. Okay. So for that purpose, we need authentication, we need authorization, we need access control. Authentication, it is going to tell you that particular data is going to be offered to handle by particular person, and he is having that key to handle that data. It is nothing but authentication. Authorization, any permission granted to person. Okay, that is called as a authorization. And any particular permission is granted to particular person, that is called as access, and that is controlled with the help of access control. And in which we are having discretionary access control, then mandatory access control, role of database administrator, then intrusion detection, then SQL injection, then failure classification, then recovery and atomicity. After that, log-based recovery. What are the checkpoints? Shadow paging, buffer management, and crash recovery. Okay, so all these 6 modules are important for all of you, because if you will go for your GATE syllabus, then you can see that all these contents are included for your GATE syllabus also. Okay, and we are going to see all the contents as per the requirement of GATE structure also. Okay, so be prepared for your whole preparation. Okay, so one more thing I would like to tell you, for our lab sessions, we are going to have Oracle 11G Express Edition. Okay, And Oracle 11G Express edition, that you have to follow some steps. Okay, so I will tell you how to download that Oracle 11G Express edition. Okay, you have to Google, then you have to type Oracle 11G Express edition free download. Okay, you can go via this link. It is the authorized oracle.com link. After that, you are having, if you are having OS of Linux, you have to go with this one. If you are having Windows 64, then go this via this link. Okay, but this is 18C Express edition. We want our 11G Express edition. So check it out, products. Then just a minute, I am searching a direct link for all of you. Okay, so you can also download it via FileHorse. Okay, so you can go via this link also, free download. Okay, so it is of 316 MB data or file. Once you will get downloaded, you will have this kind of folder. Okay, from that folder you have to go for the setup one. Double click on it, you just need to next. But one more thing, when it will ask you for the password one, you can use any password, but you don't have to use @ symbol. Okay, so @ symbol means if you are using password like this one, suppose Oracle @123. So this @ symbol you have to skip from your password because it is not taking, it will create some kind of connectivity problem. Okay, so that you don't have to use. So instead of that, you can use any letter ORCL123 or anything. Try to use only alphabets and numerical data. It is not going to create any hurdle. Okay, so after that, once you will get installed, you will have this kind of folder on your um laptop or desktop. Just a minute. Okay. 11G. This way you will have a folder, and this is 11G Express edition. Okay. And here is the start database, top database is used when you will perform programming. At that time it will require. Okay, but right now initially we have to perform on this SQL command line. So if you will have this, if you will run this SQL command line, you will get this kind of window on your screen. After that, you have to tell connect. So it will ask you username. Right now, for your installation of Oracle, you will be having two usernames: sys sys or second one is SYSTEM. Okay, system. This password is recommended at the time of installation. What password you are using at the time of installation, that you have to use. I had used ORCL 123. Okay, so when you will password will be correct, you will get connected to your database. Okay, and then we are going to fire our queries in this way. Okay, so let me tell you one simple query, how we are going to fire particular query. So create table student, suppose to, then suppose PRN with the number will be your data type of that one, which is having 20 size, then name, where who will be the data type of that name attribute, then size of that data attribute, and then semicolon. Okay, so you will have, if you have typed a correct query, then it will get a message of table created. Okay, and if we have to find out how that table is created, so we have to just fire a command of describe name of that table. Okay, so it will tell you that we are having created a name column, then type, any attribute we have specified here. Okay, so all the database is get created here. So initially for first 2 to 3 experiments, we will use only SQL command line. Don't get confused. For first few experiments, we are using SQL command line. Then we will move on with other IDEs which are available for your simplification of firing queries. Okay, so for that purpose, we are starting from basic one. We are not going to directly find out which are the simplest things which will reduce our efforts. No, if you will reduce your efforts from initial one, it will get you reduced knowledge. Okay, so it is also a compressed knowledge. But if you want to learn each and everything in detail, you have to start with a seed of that plant. Okay, everything is clear till here? Yes, anyone reply me. Yes, Priyanka, everything is clear till here? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So now we are going to start with our first module. Okay, so let me show you how our first module is going to be looking like. So as I told you, let me slideshow. We are having few contents in our first module. We are going to see them one by one because every concept included here, the output of that concept is going to become an input of other concept. Okay, so that's why we are going to see each and every one in a sequence for this module. Okay, I'm going to add another contents of another module also because they are going to relate here. Okay, so don't get confused, and all the contents are going to be taken into consideration with the questions of our GATE. Okay, so first content will be the general introduction of database system. Then the advantages and application, database system architectures, users and administrator, models, DBMS, it is called as database management system, then languages, view of DB, then ER model, then entity set, then types, then attributes, notation, what is relationship, Z, what are the types of that relationship, and what are the keys, key constant. So these are all about the flow of our first module. So first of all, before starting our first concept of database system introduction, let me ask you some questions. Or let me tell you something. Suppose my name is Sonali. Okay. And I have an experience of 8 years. Then my birthplace is suppose or my place where do I live is Sangli, and my address, sorry, my email ID is suppose Sonali dot @arjunsanghvi.ac.in. My mobile number is 7709400893. So this is the information which is looking like a statement thing. Okay, and from this statement it is little bit difficult to sort each and every data. Right now it is simple one because it is a one line statement. Okay, but it is not going to discriminate Sonali. What is Sonali? What is 8? What is Sangli? What is Sonali dot at the rate Sangli.ac.in? What is 7709400893? Which number it from which it is belonging? Okay, it is not going to clear up. So for that purpose, what we have to do, we have to make our data simplified. So how we will make it simplified? So for that purpose, just so for that purpose, if we are going to create one table, okay, in that table, suppose I would like to write down my name, okay, and I'm giving particular symbol or particular signature to that particular column. Okay, after that I'm going to tell experience, then city, then phone number, and then email ID. Okay, so right now I'm going to add 8, city Sangli, then phone, then email ID. So it is going to be little bit sorted as compared to this one. Okay. So this is not going to tell you in elaborated way when you are having large amount of data, huge amount of data. Okay. So it will be little bit tension given task that you have to complete it within time. Okay. But this is little bit sorted data. Okay, but right now we are not having any kind of number. So for that purpose, I am going to assign a particular number. This particular number is called as a unique ID of name Sonali. Okay, so right now we are having our college. Suppose this is the personal information data, okay, which is stored in table format. So we can say that database is a collection of data. Database is a collection, or here let me type, database is a collection of data. Now how that data is collected, and the data is interrelated. Okay, so we can directly say that a collection of interrelated data. Now how it is stored in a particular format. Database is all the data is stored in a particular format. So for, what is the format? So format is nothing but a tabular one. The tabular one means what? Which will include rows and columns. So we can say that database is a collection of interrelated data organized in a tabular form, including rows and columns. So this is the perfect definition for our database. Okay, so this is all about database. Now why we require database and where we require our database? The question arising in our mind, what is the meaning of What is the meaning of that database? We understood. But why it is needed? The basic purpose of the database is to store our data, which will simplify our work efforts. Okay, and that may be anything, to find out any particular data and find out anything from record. Okay, now where we are using is this one. Okay, so first of all, for that purpose, we need to understand what is software. Okay, so software is made up of two parts. Any software is made up of two parts. First one is front end. I'm writing here as a FE. And second one is the back end. Okay, so front end is created or developed with the help of languages. Is developed with the help of languages. Okay, so which kind of languages belongs in this one area? Any C, C++, Java, then .NET, then Python. Okay, anything, any. Okay, so with the help of this one, we are going to create our GUI. GUI means what? Graphical user interface. That is going to be handled or interacted with the user. Okay, but इसके साथ हम जो कुछ हैंडल करने वाले हैं उसको हम कहते हैं डेटा. And that data is stored in a database. That data is stored in a database, and that database will act as a back end of our any application. So here we need connectivity with this application and with our backend. Okay, so whatever data we are going to manipulate in this one is stored in this rows and column structure. In this rows and column structure. Okay, यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया आपको? Yes. Okay. After that, we will start with our first concept of this module, that is general introduction to database system. So as I told you the definition for our database, database is a collection of interrelated data. What is the meaning of interrelated data? One data is going to have a connection with another one. So it is going to have, it is going to tell something relation between them. So that's why it is called as interrelated data. So not only single data, there is a huge amount of data. That's why it is called as a collection of interrelated data. So how we are going to find out or how we are going to access that data? With the help of set of programs. Directly we are not going to access them. Okay. So for that purpose, we have to use some kind of programs. So database management system contains information about a particular enterprise, and it also provides an environment that is convenient also and efficient also. Okay, so singly by using a particular application, we cannot handle whole data. In previous eras, we are having file storage system, so everything data is stored in file format. Okay, so the size and security, it gets matter. So after some kind of development, database is evolved. Okay, and it is going to keep his step in convenient and efficient way to use different database users. So why we are using our DBMS? What is the use of this DBMS? Okay, so this database management system is used to develop different software applications in less time. It is going to provide data independency. That is, one data is definitely interrelated with other one, but they are independent one. If I am going to retrieve only name, it is not going to affect the year of experience in our database. If I want only PRN number of student, it is not going to affect name of that particular student. Okay. It is used for uniform administration. definitely if it is going to provide efficient use of data, it is definitely providing a uniform data administration also. Okay, then it will provide data integrity as well as security. Uniqueness is also going to be provided here for concurrent access to data, for data recovery from crashes, any kind of crash it will have, hardware crash, system crash, anything crash, software crash, anything. Okay, so to use user-friendly declarative query languages. Okay? And with the help of this one, we are going to fire different queries on this one, so we can use large amount of data easily. We can retrieve large amount of data easily. Okay, so what are the applications of this database management system? Applications are nothing but the uses or the locations where we are using this database management system. In the computer era, today's world, we are using computer everywhere. So all the electronic data is going to be generated. So there is no single place which remain without using this database management system. So some of the concepts or some of the places are included here. First place is airlines. So for reservations, for scheduling, we are using this DBMS. In telecom corporation, we are using number of calls. So to maintain the record of customer, to maintain the record of calls, we are using this DBMS. Universities, for student purpose, for educational purpose, different students are registering for different sectors. We need to generate their results. We need to generate their grades. For that purpose, we are using this DBMS. Then we are using sales, then product, purchase, customer record, banking also. There is all transaction, railway reservations, then hospital management system. Everywhere we are using this database management system. Okay. So, okay, today we will stop here only. After that, we will move on with the next concept. Okay, so today is the first lecture, and this much is okay for all of you. Okay, should I continue? 10 15 more minutes. Okay, let's not make it much more confusing. It is the first lecture, so this much is enough one. From next onward, I will tell you how to install our Oracle 11G Express edition, because it is needed for our syllabus and I need hands-on on the same one. When you are going to see this lecture, at the same time when I will tell you fire this kind of query on your laptop or desktop, you have to fire at the same time. So for on same time, or what we say, in next lecture onward, we will provide you this kind of links and installation steps also. Okay. Okay, so just a minute. Let me download attendance list. Okay, it is downloaded. After that, I have to take a screenshot. And yeah, I yesterday also I told for batch one that I have created videos also for the same lectures. If you are interested, you can check it out on YouTube also. I have uploaded on YouTube because of storage problem. So you can check it out there also. Okay. I'm going to create a series of our database of our syllabus. Okay. Okay, so I will share the link for the first introduction of our database, so you can check it out. Okay, everything is clear? Yes, everything is clear. Gayatri? Pallavi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then we will stop here. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.